This is my track guide for the BMW M3 GT2 at Imola in Assetto Corsa. So this is mostly aimed at the guys stuck in 1 minute 43s or slower and are wanting to get that phone call from the bloke with a German accent. Hopefully I can help you find some time and improve your lap times. So Imola is a tough circuit because in order to be fast you need to be really aggressive and as much as possible really smooth. So I've cut together different segments from various 1 minute 41 and low 42 lap times to show different approaches. Pay close attention to the throttle and brake movements. We're going to start the video by tweaking the basic car setup. First we'll adjust the gear ratios, the 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th. We'll move 1 click to the left. Then we're going to move to the diff power, reduce that by 1 click. Increase the coast by 1 click. And this will dial in some understeer and make the car a little bit more stable and easier to drive. Finally we're going to reduce the fuel load down to 10 litres, which is good for 4 laps. So as we approach the end of the previous lap, it's important to get a clean exit out of the final corner. We take it in 3rd gear, we get on the throttle hard and early so that we can maximise speed down the straight. We're approaching the first chicane. You can use the yellow painted bar on the left side just after the lights to help gauge your braking point before the 100 meter board. Brake hard down to 4th gear, easing off as you turn in for an early apex to attack the inside curb. This will allow you to get a good exit hard on the throttle down the following straight. Here I brake lightly just before the 50 meter board and cut the inside curb to position the car for the second half of the chicane. The key is to get a wide entry with a clean exit, hard on the throttle. You want to avoid an early entry as that will cause you to hit the curb hard and unsettle the car. If done successfully, you will hit 5th gear before the hairpin. Here's another example. For the hairpin, we want to aim to take the corner in 3rd gear and maintain as much momentum as possible before the hill. Brake just after the 50 meter board and avoid turning in until you're almost completely off the brakes in 3rd. And as soon as possible get hard on the throttle. Momentum is key here. You may lose time if you shift down to 2nd in order to hit the apex. It's generally better to be wide and maintain 3rd. For this next high speed corner we brake just after the 50 meter board in 5th gear, before then shifting down to 4th gear and easing off the brakes as we approach the apex, avoiding the inside curb where possible. Though it is possible to be fast while attacking the inside curb, we run the risk of unsettling the car and running off the track. This next section is arguably the most important on the track. The key is to have a clean, smooth entry, avoiding the curb, lightly and consistently brake down to 3rd gear and then take a wide line to prioritise momentum up the hill. Avoid attacking the inside curb too deep. I got lucky here to not take a penalty. For the following chicane, brake just before the 50 meter board and then down to 3rd gear. Attacking the inside curb in order to create a clean exit and get hard on the throttle. Though this method is fast, it does carry a high risk. Let's take a look at another example. On entry, the car gets unsettled and goes into a small slide. To control it, I have a consistent, smooth braking down the gears. Then the car goes into a second small slide, pointing me towards the inside curb a fraction too early. I increase brake pressure, shift down to 3rd gear and fix it at the exit. This time I take the final chicane in 2nd gear. I find this way is often easier to pull off, though it does tend to be slower than a 3rd gear approach. Here is the whole section at normal speed. Shortly after the 100 meter board, we get heavy on the brakes and shift down to 4th gear before easing off the brakes slightly and then shifting down to 3rd gear. Ease off the brakes further as you begin to turn in. Avoid hitting the inside curb. I correct the slide and lose time on the entry, but fix it in time for the more important entry to the final corner, attacking the inside curb and getting hard on the throttle to maximise speed down the final straight. Thanks for watching my video. I hope I was able to help you. If you like the content and you'd like to see more like this in the future, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button.